the Packers did not get their proposal right. They are working on it as it relates to the tush push. And there's so much, I think, going on behind the curtain here. I feel like the Packers are the ones that the league has kind of worked with to make these proposals so that the league has some plausible deniability and some distance. Because why isn't the competition committee coming up with this? Why are the Packers the ones that have to do it? But I think what's going to be proposed is one of two things, Charean, for May, as it relates to the tush push. They're going to get away from the language that prohibits an immediate push. I think what they're going to do is they're going to propose no pushing of any kind of a runner, or I've started to sense that there's some concern about unintended consequences, because when they removed the rule against pushing a runner down the field, that was part of a broader effort to clean up some of the blocking rules. I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a prohibition on pushing a runner within the tackle box, 5 yards either side of the line of scrimmage. They're not going to get rid of the rule that allows pushing the runner farther down the field. They're only going to focus it as a strategic and affirmative part of the play that you design and you call at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's going to be some form of pushing. I think it will come to a vote, and I think it's probably going to pass in whatever form they come up with. I think there was some concern that the way the wording was on the proposal by the Packers at this meeting was that it targeted basically one team. There's two teams that ran the play more than 5 times in 2024, and that was the Eagles and the Bills obviously were against the tush push. They want it banned. So it's basically against the Eagles. That's the way against the Eagles. Yeah, that's the way the rule was written by the Packers. So I get some sense that it's going to be some sort of pushing, as you said, and I think it will pass in whatever form it is. And I don't like it at all. I think there's no data that there's any injuries. There's never been a serious injury out of this. I just think they can't stop it, so they're finding some way to remove it from the league. And you know who's going to benefit most from this? Saquon Barkley fantasy owners, because Saquon Barkley is going to have a whole bunch more touchdowns.
Well, that's very important to me. That's for damn sure. But let me say this. I'm just having a little fun. Let me say this. The fact that they are looking for ways to come up with a rule that doesn't look like it's targeted at one team, it doesn't matter because it's all still targeted at one team. It's the only reason we're having the conversation. Yeah. So let's make it look like we're not doing what we're actually doing. Let's make it look like that this is a broader global effort for the best interest of the game, even though we're only having this conversation because there's one team that is kicking everybody's ass doing this play and we want it to go away. And whether it's safety with no data, aesthetics because it doesn't look like football, I don't know what's supposed to look like football and what isn't. And one last point. For me, yesterday, it became obvious that the league wants this change to be made, and it will be made. When I saw attributed to Dr. Alan Sills, the quote from an owner to Kalen Kaler of ESPN.com, that Sills said it's basically a matter of time before there's a catastrophic injury, you cannot allow that play to stand when you have said that. When you have put those words out there, the lawyers will say, we got to get rid of this rule. Because if there is a catastrophic injury, we're screwed now. We've created the key evidence that would be used against us by the player who gets seriously injured on this play. We have to get rid of it. It would be malpractice for the lawyers to not say, get rid of it. It's done. It's done. And some companies, they don't like the legal advice they get. Sometimes they get legal advice that meshes with what they want to do. And, oh, boy, hey, the lawyer, hey, sorry, folks. We don't love it, but the lawyers told us we have to do it. That's what's coming. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.